Enchanting, sir.
I believe I've made myself rather clear.
Yes, of course. I'm simply trying to understand the reasoning behind the decision.
You may be used to the Empire bowing to your every whim, but I'm afraid you'll find the Thalmor received no such treatment here. You are a guest of the college, here at the pleasure of the Archmage. I hope you appreciate the opportunity.
Yes, of course. The Archmage has my thanks.
Very good. Then we're done here. Welcome to the college. Another new student. I'm surprised at how many of you there are lately. Well, first you'll need these. While you're not required to wear them, you may find them more to your liking than your current clothes. I'll give you a brief tour, and then we'll get you to your first class. Are you ready to begin? Wonderful. Please follow me, and don't wander off. The College of Winterhold has been a fixture in Skyrim for thousands of years. The prominent feature here is the Hall of the Elements. It's our primary location for lectures, practice sessions, and general meetings. The Arcanium is located above the hall, and the Archmage's quarters above that. While technically in charge of the college, the Archmage's responsibilities often keep him occupied. Thus, I run the day-to-day operations. Now, if you'll please follow me, I'll show you the living quarters. Unfortunately, we've had to implement more stringent entry procedures due to some problems with the local Nords. We don't anticipate any real violence, but it never hurts to be prepared. Our newest members are housed here, in the Hall of Attainment. I'll ask that you please keep your voice down while inside, as others may be working on research or delicate experiments. Now I'll show you to your quarters. You're going to be sharing space with your fellow apprentices, who you'll meet shortly. This is where you'll be staying. This bed and desk are yours. Please try and be considerate of others. Now, let's go back to the Hall of the Elements, where most of the members gather for lectures and study sessions. Initially, you'll be learning from Tolfdir, one of our most Tolfdir is likely already addressing the new apprentices. Go on in, and if you have any problems, let one of our senior members know.
Welcome, welcome. We were just beginning. Please, stay and listen. So, as I was saying, the first thing to understand is that magic is, by its very nature, volatile and dangerous. Unless you can control it, it can and will destroy you.
Sir, I think we all understand that fairly well. We wouldn't be here if we couldn't control magic.
Of course, my dear, of course. You all certainly possess some inherent natural ability. That much is not being questioned. What I'm talking about is true control, mastery of magic. It takes years, if not decades.
Before you even ask, yes, I have an ancestry steeped in magic, and no, I don't want to talk about it. Yes, I know Winterhold used to be full of my kind, and no, I don't care that they're all gone now. Does that cover everything? I've just been asked enough questions. I'm here to learn not to explain myself over and over. Forgive me. I didn't mean to assume. so far. If only because no one is telling me how great I ought to be. I just want to learn. I don't want to think about what's expected of me. Didn't you know? Before the Oblivion Crisis, many elves called Winterhold their home. More visited the college from Morrowind every year. After, growing distrust of magic made life difficult for many. Some left rather than endure the growing hatred from the local Nords. Others returned home after the Red Year, when Vardenfell erupted and caused much destruction. Winterhold itself died in the years between then and now. What's left out there is a husk. Only the college really remains.
What are we waiting for? Let's get started.
Please, please. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Eagerness must be tempered with caution, or else disaster is inevitable.
But we've only just arrived here. You've no idea what any of us are capable of. Why not give us a chance to show you what we can do?
You've been quiet so far. What do you think we should do? Is that so?
See, he agrees with us too. Why don't you actually show us something?
All right, let's settle down. I suppose we can try something practical. In continuing with our theme of safety, we'll start with wards. Wards are protective spells that block magic. I'll teach you all a ward, and we'll see if you can successfully use it to block spells, all right? Would you mind helping me with a demonstration? Are you at all familiar with ward spells? Well, then, now, if you'll just stand right over... There, I'll cast a spell at you, and you block... How do you think we should spend the remainder of our classroom time? Over there, please, just opposite me. Wouldn't want anyone else in the way. Now, cast the ward spell, and keep it up. You have to keep your ward up, or else this won't work. I don't want to hurt you. Over there, please, just opposite me. Wouldn't want anyone to see. what's in the way. Hold still. Excellent work. Well, I think this is an excellent start. I'd like you all to continue practicing with wards, please. I think perhaps we're ready to begin exploring some of the various applications of magic throughout history. The college has undertaken a fascinating exploration in the ruins of Sarthal nearby. It's an excellent learning opportunity. I suggest we meet there in a few hours and see what awaits us inside. That's all for now. Thank you.
You know, this is one of a very few places where you can receive a real education in the schools of... I think my parents reserved us... Not really. Just that it's very, very old. It was one of the first cities of men in Tamriel. There's a lot of pressure for me to excel in my studies. This is better than sitting around talking about magic, don't you think? Why? Because it's old and full of dead things? Clearly, you've never spent any time in Morrowind. This is exciting, isn't it?
You there, citizen. This area is off limits. You're interfering with Imperial business. Yeah, so you'll have to pay us a fine. Say, 100 gold. Pay up, citizen. If you insist. Come on, boys. This is fun.
And here we are. All right. Please stay close to me. We're inside. It should be safe, but it's always better to be cautious. Good to see Skyrim's...
I'm not so sure we should be here.
Zarthor was one of the earliest Nord settlements in Skyrim. Well, are there any questions before we begin? Now let's see. What shall we have the rest of you do? Berliner, my dear.
Well, what? I've only looked... Try and be careful, all right? Just round up the rest of the magical artifacts so that I can catalog them.
What in the world was that racket? How in the world... Really? Perhaps the amulet is important. What in the world was that racket? Is everything all right? Mm-hmm. Please be careful here. Well, this appears to lead somewhere. I've made progress, but then hit a snag.
Hold, mage, and listen well. Know that you have set in motion a chain of events that cannot be stopped. Judgment has not been passed, as you had no way of knowing. Judgment will be passed on your actions to come, and how you deal with the dangers ahead of you. This warning is passed to you because the Psijic Order believes in you. You, mage, and you alone, have the potential to prevent disaster. Take great care, and know that the Order is watching.
What just happened? I'm afraid I didn't... Can you tell me more about what the Psijic and the Psijic... Perhaps we... Now, please do be careful. Who knows what we're going... They were... No one... I have no idea... The Isle, and yet, if nothing else, there's nothing more I can teach you. Until next time. never seen anything like this in Nordic ruins before. You, however, should press on. I thought it high time I caught up with you. I never should have come here. Nothing seems to work. Keep it busy. I'll try to train. There! Now attack! Why, this is utterly unique. What could this be? I have no idea. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing. The Archmage needs to be informed immediately. He needs to see this for himself. I don't dare leave this unattended. Can you return to the college and inform Savos Aran of this discovery? Please, hurry.
That incident in Morthal was just a misunderstanding, no matter what the guards claim. What you learn here will last a lifetime. Several. You are relatively new here, are you not? I have noticed you, but we have not spoken. Then I am Savos Aran. I am quite content to see nearly any aspect of magic explored and investigated here. But I do not and will not approve of any research or experiments that cause purposeful harm to your fellow members of the college. Are we clear? Please don't tell me that another one of the apprentices has been incinerated. I thank you for since he's speak with and good work. The next time you find yourself exploring Nordic ruins, perhaps not some risk. We also must make an effort. I've seen events in the last several the great and unfortunate natural no one in I know there are some magic. The college is a place where the sea, winter, the way the college survived. But that was a great many years ago, before all the members of the Order were called back to the Isle of Artaeum, and it disappeared entirely.
I don't want to see you treating any of these books poorly. Are we clear? You are disrupt. Now, do you require assistance? If you're feeling adventurous, I'm always looking for someone to procure valuable books from some more dangerous locations. Fight well.
There you are. I've been trying to find you. I just wanted to let you know that Ancano's been asking about you. I think he's looking. I'm not sure. Just, well, mind what you tell him, all right? No. Between the two, that what he's... But it never hurts to be a little suspicious. You're welcome. It's been a pleasure.
I have many important things on my mind. Your concerns are not among them. What? Preposterous. And just... I have made it quite clear that my only role here is as an... I would suggest that you not further spread this rumor. I am at the Archmage's disposal. Perhaps not as often as he... Now that's to guide its people through this time of transition, to help lead them to a better future.
Let me give you a bit of advice. You want to work on something that's not officially allowed?
Restoration is a perfectly valid school of magic, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
I understand you're the one that found this orb in Sarthal.
I think the college is due for a change in leader. It's lies. All of it. I don't care what she told you. It's all lies.
If you have a moment, could you help me with something? We're all trying to become better mages. Well, I need someone I can practice a few spells on. Nothing dangerous, really. Would you be willing to assist me? Oh, good. Now, you just stand there. Please hold still, and don't move. There. Now Oh dear. That wasn't supposed to happen. Do you feel all right? You look very, green. I am so very sorry. I went over this again and again, and I was sure it would have better results. It's not. It shouldn't be. You'll be back to normal in no time. And when you are, we can try this again, and I'll be sure to get it right. I know I don't like the way he looks. I can't tell if he expects me to blow myself up or to try and murder him. But he clearly doesn't trust any of us. At least something good came out of that trip to Sarthal. I still need some help, if you can spare the time. At least, so far, I just want to learn. I don't want to think about what's expected of me. I still need some help, if you can spare the time. At least something good came out of that trip to Sarthal. I didn't find anything.
Are you quite sure we need to be speaking?
At least something good came out of that trip to Sarth. So far, I just want to learn. Didn't you know? Before the... After others returned home... The Red Year, when Vardenfell erupted and caused much destruction. I still need some help. Exactly as I said it would. Now, are you ready to try again? I am confident it will work this time. This will be worth it. Okay, now don't move at all. Oh my. That isn't right. Just wait. I can fix this. Oh no, that's not it. Let me try again. Really isn't turning out the way I'd hoped. I'll get it right this time. I swear. There. All better. Well, it all worked out in the end, didn't it? Agreed. And thank you for your help. You're a good friend. Lead the way. I've got your back. I'm a mage, not a pawnbroker, you know. You lead. I'll follow.
Restoration is a perfectly valid school of magic. Watch it. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Tenting services are one of the few things that keep us in touch with the rest of Sky.
New here too, eh? I'd hoped I wouldn't be the only Nord, but I should have known better.
The local Nords may not like us very much.
I understand you're the one that found... Well, Beralda. Finis is... Don't let... If you can... And finally, there's Colette. She may be... difficult to get along with. She's very knowledgeable when it comes to restoration.
Restoration is a perfectly valid school of magic, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Mirabelle does a fine job as Master Wizard, I suppose. Still, there's always room for improvement. I can't wait to see... Certain... So, you wish to master the arcane arts? All right, then. I've got your back.
I'm a mage, not a pawnbroker, you know.
Let's get going, then. Savos Aran is wise beyond his years. He knows... So, you wish to master the arcane arts? Mm-hmm.
You know, they say knowledge is its own reward.
Here, I'd like you to have this as a token of my friendship. Come to Dragon's Reach to discuss the... So, you wish to master the arcane arts? You know, if you've got the aptitude, you should join the Mages College in Winterhold.
At least something good came out of that. I'm a mage, not a pawnbroker, you know. You lead. Still here. I'm a mage, not a pawnbroker, you know. Lead. I'll follow.
It seems this damnable conflict has claimed everyone's passions of late. Me, I prefer my books and my spells. Come to drag... I had you figured for a mage. I think you'll appreciate this. You know, if you've got the aptitude, you should join the Mages.
It's been a pleasure.
Still here. You'll be all right on your own?
You know,
Then I'll see
they
you
say
back at the
knowledge
college.
is its own reward.
At least something good came out of that trip to Sarthal. I didn't find anything but dust. Lead the way.
I can't wait. So, you wish to master the arcane arts?
Mm-hmm. At least something good came out of that trip to Sarthal. I didn't find it. I'm a mage, not a pawnbroker, you know. Let's get going then.
I can't wait to see who succeeds Mirabelle. I've no spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them.
Mm-hmm. At least something good came out of that trip. I'm a mage, not a pawnbroker, you know. Lead on. I'm right behind you. I'm a mage, not a pawnbroker, you know. Let's get going then. Huh? At least something good came out of that trip to Sarthal. I didn't find anything but dust.
What's the Jarl going to do about
I'm right behind you. So far, I just want to learn. I don't want to think about... I'm a mage, not a pawnbroker, you know. Let's get going, then. I'm right behind you. I'm a mage, not a pawnbroker, you know. Lead on. Mirabelle does...
Take a look. All right, then.
I'm right behind you. I'm a mage, not a pawnbroker, you know. I'm right behind you. I'm a mage, not a pawnbroker, you know. You lead. I'll follow. Hey! Watch it!
Mirabelle does a fine job. Take a look.
I've got your back. I'm a mage, not a pawnbroker, you know. Let's get going, then. At least something good came out of that trip. I'm a mage, not a pawnbroker, you know. You lead. I'll follow. I'm right behind you. I'm a mage, not a pawnbroker, you know. Let's get going then. I've got your back. I'm a mage, not a pawnbroker, you know. You lead. I'll follow. Still here. I'm a mage, not a pawnbroker, you know. Lead on. I'm right behind you. I'm a mage, not a pawnbroker, you know. Let's get going then. At least something good came out of... I'm a mage, not a pawnbroker, you know. Lead on. Still here. I'm a mage, not a pawnbroker, you know. You lead. I'll follow. I'm right behind. I'm a mage, not a pawnbroker, you know. You lead. I'll follow. I'm right behind you. I'm a mage, not a pawnbroker, you know. You lead. I'll follow.